7:28 a.m. About to go to the first stop of the day. Come with me for a day. A day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man. I wish I had a bolo tie. Let's go. Ron's having a breakfast at the Metropolitan Club, so I'm gonna go support him. I start my day at the Horton Hydration Station with my wife, Tammy Horton. Junior Bridgman, that's Cameron's, good man. Junior Bridgman, he was Cameron's, the Louisville Track Club. His son, Ryan, was Cameron's track coach. He did it right. He did everything right. Gave back to the community. Hell, he affected our family. Even though Tammy and I work together, we still have to sit down with our schedules and coordinate when we're going to take the dog out. Today is particularly busy for me, so we wanted to make sure that we coordinated our schedule before we headed off to work today.
Where you going, Carl? You going to the shop, boys? You going to the shop? Carl!
See you later.
Carl!
On a normal Wednesday, my wife and I usually ride to work together, but I have an action-packed day, so I'll be going to work by myself. Usually I start my day off at Hansman's, getting some hot chocolate. Barbara Sutton said they have the best hot chocolate and I had to try it. But as you can see, it's just coming out just straight water. So I had to ask them for some assistance. After double checking and examining and making sure that the machine was not working right, I went and asked for some assistance. They're always very helpful. Things out again. I usually don't stick around, I just usually leave, but today I sat and watched how she did this, and before you know it, voila, she made a couple adjustments, and before you know it, I was walking out of there with my hot chocolate in hand, happy, getting ready to start my day.
Cool, thank you.
When I'm riding to work by myself, I usually listen to WLW on the way to work, but my wife sent me a song to listen to, so I'm going to check out to see what this song's about.
Send me this song. I'll set the table.
You are tuned in to On the 12 Podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, where I go from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night to show you just what I do during the day. Not every day, but this particular day, I start my day off at the River Center, where Mayor of Covington, Kentucky, Ron Washington, guest speaker at the morning meetup at the Metropolitan Club. And if you've never been to the Metropolitan Club, it is a very, very nice establishment. The Metropolitan Club has the most breathtaking view in the city.
Morning.
Yes.
Did you park?
I did not.
Okay.
I parked on the street.
I can help you with that.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen this view, but it never gets old seeing this view, especially in the morning.
Great sunrise.
Oh man, I bet. Oh my goodness, it's still nice.
This breathtaking view overlooks the Ohio River and the Roebling Bridge. It's very nice to see familiar faces. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning, but this is a perfect way to start the day. You are on the 12, the day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton.
President here at the Metropolitan Club. From our school board, did I miss any other elected officials? I always try to point out elected officials because they say public service is a great thing to do, but it is also a sacrifice to
So if someone invited you to a Reds game, Bengals game, FC Cincinnati game, which one would you choose?
Which one would I choose? Once again, I'm 6'7", and none of those chairs are comfortable, so I'll be in my living room. I do the games because of my height.
One of the things that Ron mentioned while he was speaking is that as a leader in Northern Kentucky, you're going to have to put on a lot of different hats. So you'll have a suit on in one meeting, and then you can go out the door and be having to go to another meeting and have to have a hard hat on, or have to change your clothes because you're going to be in a different environment. Got to give a shout out to the Metropolitan Club. I forgot how good that breakfast was and how good it is to be there to start your morning. Member of the Roebling Society. I was chosen member of the Roebling Society, class of 2018. Shout out to all my other Roebling Society members out there from the Metropolitan Club. Before I leave, I had to get my wife a snack.
Hey, good, how are you? Can I get a couple peanut butter fingers, please? No, thank you.
The realest shit Ron said in that whole thing was sometimes in Covington or being an elected official in Northern Kentucky, you might have to change clothes 3 times in one day. gosh, you could. I mean, that goes into exactly what I'm doing today with taking you on a ride along with me into my day. I'm gonna change clothes 3 times today. 9:30. The time is 9:30 as I pull up to Horton's Barbershop. My first client isn't until 10 o'clock, so I got a little bit of time to get in there and get acclimated into the day, see what's going on, check out my schedule, and just check out the vibe of the barbershop. So that was breakfast. Now I'm at the barbershop, Horton's members only barbershop. Start the day. This is what I had to wear. Fit number 1, suspenders and all, baby. Kareem gave me some good advice. He said I need to chill out. I ain't chilling out. I ain't chilling out, Kareem. I love you, but I'm not chilling out. Never gonna quit. Never. I'm not hard-headed at all. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Blessed to be able to have the life like that. I cut a couple heads, and I've got to podcast at noon, so I've got to follow my client out, head out when he heads out, and there's me sweeping up at the barbershop after a couple heads I cut, give my dap to my duty, Philly Cobb, and sit out the door and head straight to the podcast studio to get the day started. I'm with it's 11:30 now, so it'll take me about 15 minutes to get home, so it'll give me 15 minutes to podcast. That's my timing is impeccable. Leaving the barbershop, podcasting at noon. I want to do the alligator segment, but I don't think I got enough time to go through the drive-thru and then get going at noon. It'd be touch and go. It'd be real touchy. I like to be prompt. You are tuned into On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton. It's where you go on a trip with me. I've already been to the Metropolitan Club and had breakfast. Then I went to the barbershop, cut a couple heads. Now I'm on my way back to Dayton, Kentucky, the United States of America, to get the podcast on. All right, it's 11:38. Podcast at noon. Time is impeccable. Impeccable timing, that's what it's called. That's how you work, man. It's work. Got some time to spare. Gotta get my dish together. Got 15 minutes to spare before the podcast. Gotta get all my backdrop stuff together. Cause that shit matters, man. Just don't want to stay up, Jay. You are tuned in to On the 12 podcast. Sleep at least for the show. Day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Rick Pitino brought greatness back to the University of Louisville program as well. Terry Roziers, you had a few, but most of the people who came and played for Pitino stayed for 3-4 years. So now that he's just from a maturity level, now that he's got these JUCO transfer players and these I told you I got to change clothes like 3 or 4 times today. Now I got to get my uniform together for umpiring, shoes. Sure I got everything. Shin guards, chest protector, cup. I'll tear this whole bag up for this hat. There's a difference in hats when you got to put this on. Because if you don't got the right hat, you out there looking like crap. You ain't got the right hat. You can be out there looking like crap. The time is 1:10 p.m. Just got finished doing the podcast, and then I'm in my room getting my umpiring gear together. Got to make sure I got the right hats and the right shin guards and the right chest protector before I get on my way. I got another client at 1:30, so I got to leave here, leave from podcasting, and leave from getting my uniform together to head over to the barbershop. To Covington address, which was awesome to see. I'm gonna go back and listen to how it sounds. Shouts out to Broski Brothers for getting my car together. They give great service here at Broski Brothers. I'll tell you what, the best. On the 12 podcast, which is a community. I got 5 minutes. Am I gonna make it? 4 minutes. Am I gonna make it in time? I'm listening to my podcast on the way. Programming of On the 12 podcast you are watching and listening to On the 12 podcast. My name is Tarris Troy Horton, with the moniker the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It's already. We don't want it. And who is this weird ass motherfucking Unabomber looking ass nigga? Fucking look like your Revenge of the Nerds looking ass nigga. This is what I do. I just talk shit. No, for real, he look like a motherfucking goofy looking ass nigga right there. How much time I got? 2 minutes. Ah, my family. Ah.
Ah, look at little AJ. Look at little man. That is dope. What's up, man? Say what up. Hey, bro. What's happening? What's up, man? You wide awake and alert? Yeah, man. He got it.
He's on the block.
He's him. Yeah, you a dog, man. Arr, 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 arr. Bro, I wonder what
It's 1:30 and my timing isn't impeccable. And I get to see my friend Anthony Wilson's son for the first time. I've been cutting Anthony's hair since he's been 13 years old. And I've always said, don't you get no girls pregnant unless you got the right one. And he listened. He's got a beautiful baby boy.
He ain't sitting by himself. But he ain't super baby like that. He's like...
You are tuned into On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
On the 12 podcast.
It was weird, because as soon as he told me...
I'm watching the On the 12 podcast and I'm on my way to do some content about alligator.
I'm going to say this with my whole chest and my whole heart. If you don't like what I could potentially say on my programming, if it might offend you, it might hurt your feelings, and it might get you into a little tizzy, it might make you feel like you don't like something I might say, I'm going to suggest you don't watch my programming.
Boom. I'm here at beautiful Dixie Chili.
You're tuned into On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton.
Welcome to Dixie Chili. Can I take your order?
Can I get 3 alligators with no mayo and light cheese?
Right.
But I would like to add chili on both.
You said 3.
I'm sorry, on all 3, yes. I only add chili on all 3.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
That's the one day. Thank you.
Dixie Chili is home to something that neither Skyline or Gold Star has. The alligator. It's when they take a coney and they stick a kosher dill pickle right there on there, and it's so good. There are 2 Dixie Chili locations located on the 12, one in Newport and one in Covington. The one in Newport's on Mama Street and is known for its late night activities. Next time you're in the mood for some Cincinnati style chili, keep Dixie Chili in mind, and don't forget to try an alligator.
We're about to eat an alligator. This particular song is called Alligator Boogaloo. The Alligator Boogaloo. I'm out here at Dixie Chili right here out here on the 12. Dixie Chili since 1929. Family owned and operated. I got an alligator here. If you don't know what an alligator is a coney, light cheese, mustard with the dill pickle in it.
All right, I'm going to try something different because I got tired of like just smacking and talking with my mouth full. So first bite, you bite into it and there's a crunch of the dill pickle. You got to imagine like when you bite into a dill pickle, can you imagine biting into a cheese coney? Because I'm eating these cheese conies in 2 bites. One bite you get and you get that chili and the mustard and the whole coney taste, but then there's that crunch of a dill pickle. So the second time I got a little bit more taste of the cheese and I had a little bit more hot sauce to it, and it just tastes really, really good. And that's a good lunch. I had one left over, so you know what I got to do. I got to take one to my son Christian back to the barbershop. So Dixie Chili did not disappoint. On my way back to the shop to get it in.
That's an alligator. It's a coney with a pickle on it. A Dixie Chili alligator.
I had an hour to kill before my next client, so I went ahead and made DJ Fanny Pack's Road Trip Mixtape Volume 6.
So hood, no, I'm just so deep. Radcliffe with the Kappa nigga, but I never had gold teeth. With the Kappa nigga, no fraternity. Burglary, no stopping me. It only the surgery.
DJ Fanny Pack Road Trip Mixtapes Volume 1 through 6, available on streaming platforms like SoundCloud. Now it's time for me to get ready to go umpire, so I have to get fully equipped. That makes sure I got to put on all my padding because I'm not trying to get hit by any of those balls. I've got chest protector pads, under chest protector pads, and then I wear some clothing underneath there too, so I can make sure I'm not getting hit and beat up down there. I gotta wear my cup, but I got my padding on because if I get hit, it's gonna be in the gut, but it's not gonna get hit in the gut because I'm gonna make sure that I'm protected. So if you see I'm well protected, then I got my shin guards. I gotta put my shin guards on, and then I put my pants over top of that.
4:20. Time is 4:20, March 12th, Wednesday. On my way to Mike and Field to call ball. Game starts at 5. We usually like to get there early, about 30 minutes early. Walk the field, get the game started right at 5 o'clock. Give a reference to people who are not from this area, and I'm in Wallace Woods area right now. Historic Wallace Woods, where you got some of the most beautiful homes in Kentucky. There's some absolute beautiful homes, I think.
You are tuned in to On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton.
Now we're entering beautiful Levasseur Park neighborhood of Covington, Kentucky, the United States of America.
This will be my first actual time being able to walk on Mike and Field. I hate to be that type of old school baseball player, but man, we didn't play on anything as nice as this. Licking River to the left. We never played on anything as nice as something like Mike and Field. We had
As
dirt.
I approach Mike and Field, this is one of the first fields that I seen the Cincinnati Reds Foundation got a part of. Look at it. Getting there. How you doing, Dave? Good to see you, man.
Yes, it's sportsmanship.
Make sure we follow Kentucky High School sportsmanship rules. Go what? 2. Time! Call the stick with it. I thought it hit you, but I don't know. That ain't high. Ball. That's ball. Get there! Tell him to do this. Hit, pop, leap, make it fall.
When it's short.
I would give my left nut, well, I would have when I was younger, to play on a field like that. To play on Mike and Field, oh my God. That's the first time I ever umpired on that field. That was pretty damn cool. Told that pitcher keep his head up, man. He pitched a pretty decent game. That was a lot.
You are tuned into On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Well, I'm ready for the season. That was pretty good. A little warm up. That hard, boy.
Doing those scrimmage games are very necessary because you have to get yourself back into the game, and I was glad to have the opportunity to do that. Now, on my way back home from a busy day, you are on the 12 with Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We've had a very action-packed day.
I'm on the 12. And easily I approach the microphone because I ain't no joke. Tell your mama to get off of my dick. I got no time to feed her this dick. Bitch, walk around and find out. That's what happened, out of doubt. Out of doubt. Everywhere. Bang, bangers everywhere. Look like Peter in the air. I swear.
Final stop of the evening, my favorite food truck, located behind Miller's Fill-In. You are tuned in to On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And there you have it. Whew. Long day, 8:15. Done for the work day, 8:15. That's a full day. Started off at the Metropolitan Club, seeing Ron Washington. Congratulations, Ron, on all your endeavors. Then you see me go do my podcast from noon to 1. Then you see me go back to work and see my boy. I've been cutting Anthony's hair for a very long time. See my Superman? Y'all ain't gonna get me. Them kids ain't gonna get me. They ain't gonna get me in the nuts. They're gonna get me up here. They're gonna get me here. If they get me, they're gonna get me like right here, but I'm gonna be scrunched. All right, I gotta talk about this meal. Oh, y'all see me had an alligator today. I've had an alligator. It's just a good day today. Good day. You see me eat an alligator, introduce you to a Dixie chili alligator on a 12. Now, the best Mexican food. It's so good, I don't want it to get any bigger because most of the times they get bigger. We're gonna keep this one to ourselves. What you see in my hand is a chicken burrito with no pico de gallo. I swear, I don't know what they do to this food. It's so good.
So good. Where I was freestyling outside of Miller's Fill-In. Shout out to my homeboy Adam Brumley, Bill Leary. Shit, he's part of it too. No, Andrew Southman, Bobby, all my boys.
Rice, lettuce, beans, and this grilled cheese stuff at the bottom. Oh my God, I don't know what they're doing.
I think I'm about to call it a day. Say hi, Raymond. It's Raymond. Chicken burrito. Got lettuce, chicken, rice, beans. So
You are tuned into On the 12 podcast, Day in the Life with Tarris Troy Horton.
Next time your boyfriend starts bragging and he ain't really doing nothing, show him this video. Ask him if he's got nuts like this. If he's got big, huge nuts like this. Next time your boyfriend is tripping, ask him if he's built like this.
You have been tuned into On the 12 podcast, a day in the life of Tarris Troy Horton, the most interesting man in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you for tuning in.